Hey, welcome to Estevan TV. I'm at pushgapradio.com.
Pushgapradio.com. Bridging the gap between old school and new school radio. Pushgapradio.com. It's Dallas, baby.
Pushgapradio.com. Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Hi, from Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth. Pushgap Radio.
Ooh, girl, you can't hear how Dallas, Fort Worth works. This is Jackie.
What up, y'all? This is Jackie.
Of Shaka Ford 1 and the main event show.
Goes a little something like this.
Shaka Ford 1 and the main event with me, D, Jackie up. Heard exclusively on Pushgap Radio.
Giving you two scoops.
And it goes a little something like this.
PushGapRadio.com in Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth.
And it goes a little something like this.
Pushgapradio.com. We want to be your official Dallas internet station.
PushGapRadios.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Welcome to another edition of Shaka 401 in the main event with Jackie O. Here's to Joe Lewis this week, Dallas, Fort Worth. Joe Biden and dementia. You think he's slipping a little bit? We'll get into that. Mass shootings. We'll break that down about gun control. Remembering Nipsey Hussle. It's been 2 years since the Nipster's been gone. And mukbanging. Did you ever wonder how people was on TV, on YouTube, making money off of eating food? Also, we got the Jackie O Entertainment Report. Leadership is action, not position. With Shaka 401 in the main event with Jackie O. Banging this thing on your urban internet radio dial. It's PushGapRadios.com. Dallas, baby.
Busted in Oprah's face. That's a headline. You gotta put that up there.
PushGapRadio.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Welcome to another edition of the Banging This Thing on your urban internet radio dial. Shaka 401 in the main event, of course, with Jackie O. What's the business?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's show.
Welcome to this week's show.
Yes,
well,
yes.
We were fat and lazy on yesterday. We had a very good meal.
Yes, we did.
Very good meal yesterday. Jackie threw down. Okay, it was like Thanksgiving around here.
All over again.
Man, it was off the chain, man. You say you just wanted something good to eat, huh?
I did. I was tired of us eating out, on the weekends, which is, it's not a bad thing, but
when you're dating.
Just
when you're dating. Okay, when you're dating.
It's just, we don't do anything. So really, our only vice is eating out.
Of course, that's what I'm saying, But, you got to find someone who can cook, because if neither one of you cook,
yeah, you got some problems if nobody can
your
cook.
ass only gonna eat out, player, for so long. Okay?
Yeah, but I just had a taste for some dressing,
yes,
and some good vegetables, and I wanted a country down-home dinner, and that's what we had.
And that's what we had. Some people ain't gonna be able to get their munchie, dog. Thousands of animals are packed on that ship out there in the Suez Canal, man. They said they're losing $400 million per hour, $10 billion per day. Now, what they're saying is these ships have gotten bigger over the last 10 to 15, 20 years. Okay, they used to carry 10,000 cargo trailers.
Right.
Now they're carrying 20 and 25.
Right.
They're tall as the Empire State Building,
and
or
this
the Eiffel
one is
Tower.
so big.
Yes,
it's blocking traffic both directions.
Directions.
It have everything backing up, and they're saying that it could take weeks. To get it unstuck.
Then they're trying not to break the ship so far as the bow and whatnot. They're saying they're hoping that a couple of days that the tide will rise. But what they're saying is they've been dredging some of these places. But by the time you dredged it, let's say the port of Miami or the port of Baltimore or the port of Boston, that they could take ships up to like 42 feet. Now these ships are 52, 57 feet.
Right.
Deep down into the ocean.
Right.
And so now what's happening is you don't have it dredged down. By the time you dredge it out for a 52-foot ship, now it's 60.
Yeah. And what they're saying is the only other alternative they have is to try to go around, which is a longer, more dangerous route, which takes them through different parts of Africa.
Yeah,
and
the
everything.
horn, the good Cape horn or some such at the southern tip. It takes 3 times longer.
Yes, and
to go that way.
And they said it's way more expensive.
Yeah, but they said the wind is what was blowing it because the cargo trailers are so high.
Mm-hmm.
Now the wind is blowing it, and they're using old technology with these today's ships. So, I don't know, man. They say it's a whole lot of global economy sitting out there. Now they got over 300 ships on each end waiting to get in.
And then they named all of the different type of products and things that are out there in those containers.
Like these animals.
Yeah.
They said they're packed up in there, and that's raising alarm about their welfare. 10 ships are stuck in and around the canal that are carrying livestock, they say.
With more to come, because if they don't get it loose soon, there's even going to be more, because the month is about to, a new month is about to start. So there's going to be a lot more shipments.
And they're concerned if the animals would run out of food and water if they got stuck out on the ship any longer.
Right.
And the animals
and the
risk
climate
starvation.
control.
And that is what's going on with the big ship. Time now for your PushGapRadio.com Celebrity Birthdays. Celebrity birthdays this week, March 29th. The phenomenal Pearl Bailey. She won a Tony Award for the title role in the all-black production of Hello, Dolly in 1968. Pearl Bailey died August 17th, 1990 at 100. Well, she would have been today 103 years old. Basketball great Walt Clyde Frazier on March 29th turns 76 years old. March 30th, pop singer Celine Dion turns 53. Punk-ass Piers Morgan will be 56. Hit rapper MC Hammer turns 59 years old, March 30th. Football star Richard Sherman will be 33. Pop singer Tracy, I Got a Fast Car Chapman will be 57. And jazz singer Norah Jones turns 42 years old. March 31st, movie actor Christopher Walken will be 78. Legendary trumpeter Herb Alpert with Rise, babe. Used to love some Herb Alpert.
Me too.
He'll be 85. April 1st, April Fool's Day. Rudolph Bernard Isley. Them Isley brothers, boy. He'll be 82. April 2nd, Tracy Braxton turns 50. Now get this. April 2nd, Marvin Gaye was shot one day shy of his 45th birthday.
Right.
The R&B superstar was shot and killed by his father following an argument. He would have been 82 years old. So, Marvin Gaye was killed April 1st. His birthday was April 2nd.
Right.
Man. Killed by his dad. And for Saturday, Eddie Murphy turned 60 years old. Any birthdays?
Yes, I have a few. April 2nd, my high school best friend, Gladys Thomas, will be 58.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Gladys.
No.
For real Gladys.
My for real Gladys.
Ain't but two, Gladys Kravitz and Gladys Knight.
Well, no, this is the third one. And then April 3rd, my cousin, Aisha Nicole Applewhite.
Right.
Oh, well, I guess it's not Applewhite anymore. Sorry, Sutton now. She's married. They all grow up on me.
Already.
But her birthday will be April 3rd. And then my firstborn, Shaniqua.
That's right.
Will be 42 on April 4th. I don't know how she keep catching up with me, but hi.
Hey.
Yeah, so happy birthday, ladies.
And yours is coming up on the 25th.
Yes, mine is coming up. And then it's amazing. You asked me today what I wanted to do for my birthday. Then next thing I know, my sister-in-law asked.
I told you what we were going to do for your birthday.
Oh, well, you told me.
We're going to go to McDonald's and you're going to go wild on the dollar menu. Whatever you want.
McDonald's was not even in the conversation.
You have carte blanche.
Don't even play.
You order whatever you want. Get two. Get two, Nickel. It's like that. Remembering rapper Nipsey Hussle, who was killed a year ago on March 31st, 2 years ago, of 2019. Ermias Joseph Ashadon, known professionally as Nipsey Hussle, was an American rapper, activist, and entrepreneur emerging from the West Coast hip-hop scene in the mid-2000s. Hussle independently released his first mixtape, Slauson Boy, Volume 1, to moderate local success. Now, Hussle became known for his numerous mixtapes, including his Bullets Ain't Got No Name series, The Marathon, and such. The last of which rapper Jay-Z bought 100 copies for $100 each. And then, after much delay, his studio album, Victory Lap, was released in 2018. And 2 posthumous Grammy Awards for the song Racks in the Middle and Higher was awarded to Nipsey in Best Performance and Best Rap Song Performance categories, respectively, at the 62nd Grammy Awards. Yeah, that was real messed up about Nipsey Hussle, man. Brother trying to do good for the hood and got stabbed in the back by somebody on his team.
Yeah, and I didn't know a whole lot about him other than he and Lauren London had a relationship, and, you know, I had seen those type of things about him. But then I really learned about what a good humanitarian and as such a good person, community-wise, that he was after he was killed. Fabulous guy.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen any of his stuff, people, you need to go and look at some of his YouTube videos. But his alleged killer has now asked to have a reduction in his bail. He shouldn't even want to get out. I would be scared to get out.
No, you want to get out. You're probably in more danger in there than you are being out of there. Okay, being in there, you can find, at least if you out, you can move around. You can leave L.A. and go to Nebraska.
Like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, but if you in there, fam, you in there. They got you.
Well, his estate also just was in court with the Crips LLC gang because they have been battling over the term of the marathon continues.
Okay.
Because the family want the Crips LLC to cease and desist using the phrase and to get rid of any merchandise that they have that relates to it.
That's what that is. When we come back on the Bangin'Us podcast on your urban internet radio dial, Easter Sunday is coming along. Are you ready to hide eggs for the little ones? Also, Black Ebonics, we're going to delve into that. Biden and dementia. Come on now. You got kinfolk that's in their 70s and 80s. They are going to need to hear this. Also, mukbang. Ever wonder where that came from? With all these people on here just eating, just stuffing their pie hole mind. I just don't understand it. Jackie O got me into it. And also coming up, it's the Jackie O Entertainment Report. But yeah, the mudbanging, man.
Yes, I've been into it for a while now.
All on TV, feed your face, grease around your mouth, doing everything your mama told you not to do. Because it pushes you, it pushes us. It's Rubber Buggy Baby Boomer Radio with Shaka 4-1 in the main event with Jackie O. Syndicated through KYBNradio.com in Mountain View, California. Push Gap Radio.
What's up, Doc? And the crew?
And the crew. Hanging out in Mountain View, California. Push Gap.
Dallas, baby.
You just shot to number 1 on your internet radio dial. Shaka Ford 1 in the main event only on pushgapradio.com.
Something like that.
Shaka Ford 1 in the main event with me, the Queen D, Jackie O. Heard exclusively on Push Gap Radio. Giving you true scoops.
And it goes a little something like that.
PushGapRadio.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Georgia State Rep Hart Cannon was arrested and removed from the Georgia Capitol on last Thursday after passage of the state's sweeping elections bill restricting voting access. In a video posted to social media, a Georgia Capitol police officer speaks with the Democrat outside the door to Republican Governor Brian Kemp's office. Now, she was knocking on the door. trying to get in to witness a bill that was being signed. You see how they gaffled her up?
And they start treating her as if she was a terrorist.
You see how they gaffled her up?
Yeah.
But you notice at the Capitol, y'all couldn't get nobody. It seems strange to me.
It took all of those men to handle that one little bitty woman.
It seems strange to me that when it comes to dealing with men, y'all put on all this stuff and you ready for war. But anytime it comes to a little 12-year-old girl in a classroom, you slam it to the floor, or it comes to some older black lady, all of a sudden you people come out and you just super cop. How come you didn't do that shit at the Capitol? Huh? How come you didn't do that then? You people are cowards. Let me explain something to you. I'm going to kick it to Jackie up. There's a difference between being a racist and being an ain't crap individual. You slinging on women, you ain't about la-di-da, fam. You just not. I'm trying to keep it clean here. If I hate white women, I'm not slinging little 12-year-old girls to the ground. I'm not snatching little old-ass white ladies off the bus stop, slamming them. That's me as a man.
Girls.
That's me as a man. I don't care that I don't like. I ain't finna treat no woman and no child that way. You a bitch, nigga. If that's what you do, you grab this woman, but you wouldn't grab them other folk, fam.
Yeah, it's horrible. And they're doing it to as young as 9-year-olds. You know, 9-year-old, 14-year-old. They're slamming these young ladies and these young girls on the concrete, on their faces and things. It's crazy.
Right.
And with this lady, she was merely trying to do her job as a congresswoman.
Right.
And she was trying to
rep.
go in and she was trying to observe what this Republican was doing. And this was his answer to her knocking on the door.
Yeah.
He was upset with this governor. He was upset because she kept knocking on the door.
Exactly.
But that's
Governor
crazy.
Kemp. Now, the law that was being signed was the new law that imposes new voter identification requirements for absentee ballots, empowers state officials to take over local election boards, and limits the use of ballot drop boxes. But the main thing is, you cannot give people food and water
That was so
that
crazy.
are waiting in line to vote.
Yep, that's the craziest thing ever.
That is just so stupid. So you see what you do with women and children with your punk ass. Racist, I can deal with that. But you as a man, fam, how do you know right from wrong? Because you ain't doing it in your neighborhood. That's a man. I don't care that if I don't like spicks or chinks or whatever. I don't care that I don't like you people. If that was the case, I'm saying, hypothetically.
Too many black folks showed up to vote.
I am not about to be snatching and slamming no chick and no little girls, fam, and no little 5-year-old boys that they was harassing on last week.
They handcuffing them. They maced the little 9-year-old after they handcuffed her and had her in the back of the police car and then told her to stop acting like a child.
Yep.
She's like, I am a child.
She
9
is
years
a damn kid.
old.
So, you know.
Horrible.
It's just stupid. Now, what happens to gun laws after a mass shooting? There have been 2,000 some odd mass shootings since the beginning of this year. Let me tell you something. The gun violence, there have been 103 mass shootings in the U.S. as so far as of March 28th of 2021. Mass shootings are incidents involving 4 or more victims of a firearm-related violence. The precision inclusion criteria are disputed, and there is no broadly accepted definition. In 2018, at March of this time, 49. 2019, 60. 2020, 65 shootings as of March 28th. 2021, 103 as of March. People are tired of being indoors. People are tired of the coronavirus. This, that, and the third.
And now that everything is opening back up.
Yes.
Everywhere is super crowded.
Yeah.
And these people are taking that as an opportunity. Yeah. And they're going and they're just creating chaos. And it seems to be now every other day.
And it's always mental health. All you white folk just seem to conveniently have mental health. Speaking of mental health, dementia. You hear Joe Biden doing his press conference or whatever you call it.
Oh, I was embarrassed.
Oh,
for
my God.
him. I was so embarrassed
Sleepy
for
Joe.
him.
Now, are Trump and Biden showing early signs of dementia? And it's time to look beyond armchair psychiatry and politics to science. Now, here's the case against Trump for dementia. In the aftermath of the riots, allegations were made against President Donald Trump for inciting the violent protests. Many Republicans expressed their belief that the president's mental state had deteriorated, with some citing it as their reason for resignation in the aftermath of the riot. Now, Trump sparks fresh dementia concerns after he drank a small glass of water with two hands like a child, they were saying. They say that's a part of it. Then days after, he slurred his words during a Jerusalem speech. And a lot of this stuff was reported by the Daily Mail in December of 2017. And they said if Donald Trump were your father, you would run, not walk to a neurologist for an evaluation of his cognitive health. Case against Biden for dementia. Joe Biden seldom makes much sense when he speaks, but he does manage to babble something semi-coherent from time to time. And you said that you saw him doing his press conference.
I saw some of that, and he was just... Sometimes it was like he would just totally lose his train of thought. And then he would kind of catch himself, and he had his notes, and he was just, sometimes it was
and
like...
I know they got the angel in his ear thing.
He was barely coherent as to what he was saying. He's very, he doesn't look very well at all. Now, in comparison with Trump...
Right.
Trump... Those people that resigned, that just all of a sudden saw this mental capacity. Yeah. The rest of us have been seeing that mental state.
They did too.
Prior
to him, was cashing.
Prior to him ever even taking office. So for them to say that, then it's not dementia in his case. That's just narcissistic. That's just pure narcissistic.
Long as they still busting up my checks that Trump give me, fam, I'm on board. But don't be the last rat.
That's narcissism at its finest with Trump.
Similar accusations of diminished mental capacity have been directed at President Joe Biden during the campaign. Critics of Biden cite the fact that he stumbles his words, appears uncomfortable with his speech, and often fails to return to the original point of a story as evidence of the onset of dementia. It is fair to speculate whether Biden is mentally fit to be president, which was written by Mark Thiessen of the Washington Post back in March of 2022. Now, dementia was found by this guy, Alois Alzheimer. Mm-hmm. That's where we get the name. Mm-hmm. This was into the late 19th century. And this guy kind of turned things on its ear back in 1906 when he really laid down what dementia was. Right. Now, Mr. Alzheimer here was giving a conference, a speech. Mm-hmm. At the time, he was virtually disregarded with the audience. They rushed him off so that they could hear the next lecture on compulsive masturbation. They didn't want to hear about dementia. Do you know there are 400 different forms of dementia?
Yeah, I know. I didn't know there were 400 different forms
types,
of it, but I knew there were different types of it, yes.
So, yeah.
With Alzheimer's being one of the most well-known.
So, is Sleepy Joe... First off, is he going to make it a full term?
I honestly don't think he will. I hope he does, but I don't.
Joe has dementia?
But I've said it all along that something is not right with him. No, he has dementia and some more stuff.
Because we've seen our own parents.
Yeah. And
your mom was 75, my mom was 81.
And you could see the rapid progression from when he was leaving office with Obama as to now.
And Sleepy Joe is 78.
Yes.
So.
And he came out and did his first State of the Address at 61 days in. Mm-hmm. He's the first president.
Pull it together.
Yeah, they said that he was the first president that has waited that long. Everybody else has been like 20 days, 21 days.
Yeah, because they coherent. He ain't your granddaddy. Hell, he in bed at 4:30.
Yeah, so I guess they had to try to, pull it together for him. And he was just getting agitated at times when they was asking him little innocent questions. I know, and it was like, bless his heart. And then sometimes he was just like, like his mind, he was trying to connect the dots, and it's like, this is just as hard to look at. Bliss is hard.
Yeah, and he's just up there, and he's just not gonna make it. This is the guy who's got his finger on the button. Sleepy Joe. It's what Trump called him.
It would take him 2 days to reach it.
It don't matter. What if he fell asleep while he was sitting at the button? Okay.
Boy,
and he just fell over and hit it. The man got dementia.
Somebody's watching him. They don't leave him. The only time they let him go by himself is when he's going up those stairs to the plane or something.
Oh my God.
Falling up the stairs.
Sleepy freaking Joe is running the country. White people, this is all you have to offer? Trump and Sleepy Joe? This is all you have, which leads me to believe the generations coming behind them are just as stupid, because there's no way in hell this is who you have in office, and you have someone smarter coming behind them. You had Bush.
There needs to be an age limit.
It should be. Mm-hmm. Bush was the dumbest president ever elected till Trump got in office. And in between that, you had the brother who cleaned it up. And then there was no way you're going to put another minority, a woman or anything like that. So here comes Trump's old ass. This is the best you have, like Bruce Willis said in the movie Armageddon. This is the best NASA has to offer.
Yeah. They need to have an age limit and for politicians, point blank period. You got a lady that's in her 90s about to run for office again. For what? She probably don't even remember her name.
Trump say he gonna run again, and Trump be in his 80s by then, fam.
And Biden is supposed to run against him.
Shaka 401 in the main event.
Go for
banging this thing in the freaking game. Coming up next is the Jackie O Entertainment Report. Also, mukbang. Folk eating on TV. We're gonna break that down as well. Shaka 401 in the main event with Jackie O on PushGapRadios.com.
It's all about Dallas, baby.
Giving you 2 scoops down.
PushGapRadio.com. We finna take over this town like street sweepers.
That's gangsta,
What's up, D-Town? Coming all the way from Hamilton Park, the oldest black neighborhood in the hood, where black folks still got that sign in their window that said, guess which street nice that his house is bounded by a gun. My name is Anastasia, the hottest female comic here in D-Town. Send us your top 5 playlist at pushgapradio@yahoo.com. Send it to us for real if you serious about it. Be true to it if you ain't new to it. That's what I'm talking about. Pray until something happens, cause God always provides. I'm Anastasia on the new pushgapradio.com, where the power's in the name. See ya!
Jackie O. From Duncanville to Richards, sending back to Funky Town. From Lakers to the Cedar Hill and even Agtown.
I eat rude. I hit Big T on Sunday to catch Q.
What's going on? This your girl Mozart. I'm here with my girl Jackie O.
Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth, it's Push Gap Radio.
And now with your PushGapRadio.com entertainment report.
Highland Hills, Pleasant Grove, Keystone Pope. That's a couple hoods that be reppin' for the 214.
Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
What up, y'all? This is Jackie O. Oak Cliff in South Dallas, west of Pleasant Grove.
Rep your city. Tell them how you really feel.
Shaka 401 in the main event with me, the Queen Bee, Jackie O.
Only on PushGapRadio.com.
It's the hottest combination in the urban internet game. Dallas, baby.
Well, over the weekend, Terrell Owens posted a series of pictures of his vehicle that he totaled on Saturday night on the freeway.
Now?
Yeah, he was involved in a really bad accident, but luckily he came out. His car was totaled, but he was okay. So, good thing about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get crazy after you get out of the lead, huh?
Yeah, but apparently he rear-ended somebody. Didn't say what happened, what caused it. If he was on the phone, or he was distracted, what the situation was. But again, good thing that he's okay.
Wow.
actor Craig Mums Grant. He's 52 years old. He starred in The Wire. He passed away.
Okay.
He also was in a series of Spike Lee movies. They didn't say...
What was his name again?
His name was Craig Mums, was his nickname, Grant. He was best known for his work, like I said, on Oz. He actually was the one that, he was the spoken word.
Yeah,
he was the spoken word poet, portraying Arnold Poet Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will have the picture up for the YouTube.
Yes, and like 49 different episodes. He
Mom's the schemer.
Yeah, he also appeared in Spike Lee movies Black Klansman,
yes,
Bamboozled.
He was in Oz and he was Poet.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you remember he was in like 49 episodes. So he was a very, I mean, if you were into Oz, you definitely know him.
Yeah, you would know Poet, Mom.
Yeah, he was one of the more prominent characters.
Mm-hmm.
But our condolences go out to his family.
Poet was tight.
His friends, yeah. And he was still young. I mean, 52 years.
He was in there snorting tits without a beezy. For those of you who know about Oz on HBO.
I loved Oz. I was
man.
like, that's one of the ones. It was like, that is the one they needed a reboot.
Yeah.
I was so heartbroken when I got to the end because it was like, I want more. It was such a good show.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen it, y'all, you need to go back and some people haven't seen Oz. Some people had never heard of Oz. I didn't hear about it until after it was over with.
Yeah, but it wasn't that much longer. It's 2021. Oz came out in the 90s, fam.
It still is a good show to go back and see.
Oz was amazing.
Compared to what you have to look at nowadays, it's good to go back and look at some stuff with some substance. Oz was good, regardless of how old it is. Yeah. It was ageless, timeless. I'm talking about ageless. It was timeless.
It was timeless.
Yes. And Bobby Brown Jr., you know, I reported a few months ago that he passed away. Well, the results are in or his autopsy results, which reveals that he died from a combination of alcohol, cocaine, and fentanyl.
Yeah.
He snorted, the night before, they say he had a few shots of tequila, and he snorted Darvocet, which I thought that was a pill. Didn't even realize.
Well, they be crushing.
I mean, not Darvocet, Percocet.
Doing all kind of different little things with them now.
Apparently, and they said that he snorted 3 lines of cocaine, which apparently the cocaine was laced with fentanyl. Yeah. So now Bobby Sr. wants an investigation done, and he wants to find out who the opioid
his whole
dealers
family
are.
Just been twisted up. It's just sad.
Whitney,
and then it's like they say about drunks on the highway. They have an accident. Nothing happens to the drunk, though.
Right.
It's like Bobby Brown was the one that was out there, even though found out later it was Whitney that was out there. But it's like Bobby Brown was just out there, just nothing happens to Bobby. His sister,
ex-wife,
his daughter,
his son. I mean, his sister didn't die, but his sister used to get high with Whitney and him. But yeah, it's a sad situation. But what people are thinking too is because there were no drugs found in his home, because he was found by his girlfriend in his home, and when the police did a sweep of the home, everything was clean. Right. But what they think happened is that his friends was all there with them and abandoned him, basically. Cleaned everything up, took everything away, and left him there, which if that is what happened, that's a sad situation as well. Because even if you did that, you still could have called and got him some type of help, some type of assistance.
It's just sad about Bobby Brown's whole family, man.
It is. It's
I just don't understand.
Yes, and then it's like he's lost 2 children now to drugs, his ex-wife, and even though I think he is supposed to be clean as far as drugs go, but he had a drinking problem. So hopefully he has gotten himself together, because that whole family seems to be have some serious addiction issues.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It ran deep.
Oh, my goodness. And you also have heard me talk in the past about Versus and how popular that have become with all of these battles that are not really battles. Well, next up on May 8th is going to be the 90s R&B groups Escape and SWV.
Oh, okay.
So that should be
now,
a really
I like this
good
cake,
one.
but SWV gonna kill you with the Michael Jackson.
Oh, my goodness.
What is it?
Right here. Human Nature. Right here.
Yeah, because I heard on that Dr. Dre bagged out because somebody had some crappy sound system and they wanted Dre to do a verses, and Dre told the two cats who created it, I think it was Timbaland and somebody
Timbaland and Swiss Beats.
Yeah, so Dr. Dre said it's somebody he's supposed to been going up against. They had a crappy system. They had to stop it and had to reschedule. Dre said, no, I'm too great to be twisted up in something like that. So,
But Versus is turning out to be a huge hit.
They're selling it, I think they are.
Well, they also was recognized by the NAACP Image Awards over the weekend. But Versus is huge.
Yes.
Huge hit.
Between them and DJ Cassidy, baby.
Oh, DJ Cassidy has blown up. He has now have him some live television deals.
Yeah.
He actually broadcast live after the NAACP Image Awards. I've still got to go back and catch it. We missed it, but
we didn't miss a damn thing.
Oh, did you see it? You saw DJ Cassidy?
No.
Then we missed it.
No.
We ate all that food and then went to sleep. Oh, you know you like DJ Cassidy. You look
I like
at
Cassidy,
it too.
but I couldn't be watching them award shows. I don't know them people.
I didn't
today.
say the award show. I said we missed. He did one of his deals that he does that we look at.
I thought you said after some show.
He did it live after the NAACP Image Awards went on.
Okay, that's what I meant then. I missed him. I ain't missed
We're going to need you to listen to PushGapRadios.com.
Dallas, baby. Nigga.
Power Star. This poor child, he just has so much bad luck out on the outside world, in the real world. Michael Rainey.
Yes.
This time, he was driving his vehicle.
Tariq.
Plays Tariq. He also won an award for the NAACP Image Awards. So congratulations to all these people. But he was stopped, he and a friend of his, by a police officer, and he says that the police came up aggressively to begin with.
That's right.
He
I believe it.
As the guy, he had his passenger, his friend, to start recording from the jump street. The police officer came storming up to the car with attitude to begin with his hand on his gun, and he was like, let me see your license, your driver's license. Well,
take all that, fam.
While the child was looking for his license, he's, worried about him being moving around in the car, and he's like, I'm trying to get my license. What reason did you stop me for? Like, he stopped him because he was driving a really nice car, is what he was doing. So basically,
profiling, they call it.
Yes, he's saying that he thinks what saved him from possibly having the situation being escalated or him possibly getting shot is the fact that it was being recorded. And he's thinking that, this type of behavior really needs to stop, which we all think that. And so now he's calling for more people to also get involved with these police officers that are doing all of this harassing and all of this stuff.
But the system runs like it was designed. You keep talking about, not you, but you keep talking about reforming the police department. The police department runs like it was set up to police niggas. To protect white people's business and to keep you niggas down. What are they going to reform when it's running the way it was designed to run? So,
yeah, and he was like, it's sad that you can't be someone of color and have a nice vehicle.
I hope he's just realizing that.
Without them, well, he's young. He doesn't know. I mean, not really. He hasn't. I mean, how much life have he lived so far?
True.
Outside of what he's seeing in what he's playing in the movies, but that's again, that's not real life.
That's true.
And so. Thank goodness It is a sad situation.
But it does put light upon the situation when you're messing with someone of his status and caliber.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That does call more light to it.
Yes, because he definitely can bring it to his platform like he did.
Yeah.
And but this has been Jackie O with your PushGapRadio.com entertainment reports.
Coming up is the J-Mac Locker Room Report, heard exclusively on Push Gap Radio.
Hey, Magman.
.com.
Dallas, baby. Be right back.
PushGapRadio.com. We want to be your official Dallas internet station.
Something like that.
Shaka Ford won in the main event with me, the Queen B, Jackie O. Heard exclusively on Push Gap Radio. Giving you true scoops.
And it goes a little something like that.
Phone numbers and all this stuff already on.
You already laced them up in the game. You know what's going on. Let me tell you something. It's the same thing with gun control. White folk ain't giving up no guns, fam. That's the only reason they have power over you. They trying to get the Hispanics up in here to make them citizens so they can override the black vote so the Democrats don't need you. Okay? These people are pouring in here. And it's like Jackie O said on last week's show. You pouring in here and we got a pandemic going on. Sorry. Charity starts at home. Why don't we shut the damn border down and wait a minute?
Right.
Because you don't know what they bringing up here, man. So we just going to let you in, but we got a pandemic going on. But everybody, just come on in.
Well, and they said that...
Do they get the vaccination?
They claim that they test them every 3 days. So it's like, okay, first of all, who's paying for this? I mean, not trying to be... Not trying to be harsh or anything when it comes to kids, but they need to send them back home just like they're sending the families and things back home, because it's just too much going on right now. They don't have the coronavirus under control.
Biden and them say that the border is closed, but again, you can play with the percentages.
Right.
But you got 18,000 kids have been coming in. They say around 1,200 a day.
Yeah.
12 to 18 years old. See, the Mexicans done figured out the game. Here's the kids they not going to turn away. 12 to 18. They just sending them, just sending them. And then your stupid ass out here, open up immigration. Let the immigrants in. Nigga, they here to take your job. You already in last place. But now you going to let somebody else come in to step over you? Then you complain, well, they can't find a job. But they going to do it cheaper than you. They want that vote. Democrats are tired of depending on the black vote. And they're going to make them dreamers and DACA and these illegals, make them citizens and try to convert them to blue, man.
It's just a sad situation because, again, you in this case, I'm with Trump in the sense that you need to take care of home first.
Take care of home.
We have people here that don't have anywhere to live. They don't have food. They can't pay their bills.
They can't pay their bills. And you just steady trotting these people up here.
We have all these homeless veterans that are out here and don't have anywhere to stay and stuff. We need to be taking our resources.
That's right.
And taking care, again, of home first.
Yeah. Should be taking care of home, but we're not. Okay. But we're not. Speaking of COVID and jobs, as Jackie O was just informing you, a huge toll for households relying on two incomes. COVID job loss has changed everything. The pandemic upended the lives of millions of families who suddenly found themselves without a source of income, and experts fear that effects could be long-lasting. The pandemic upended the lives of millions of families, and it either got one or both sources of their income. Many have gone from enjoying cultural markers of the middle class, job stability, home ownership, and some disposable income, to teetering on the edge of poverty. Now, some experts fear that this effect could be long-lasting. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 115 million people have experienced loss in employment income from the start of the pandemic in March of 2020 through last month. According to the Pew Research Center, More than 4 in 10 adults say they or someone else in their household had lost jobs or wages since the beginning of the pandemic. And these people have absolutely no damn idea what they doing.
And that's what I'm saying. They need to be focusing, their focus is on the wrong thing.
Priorities.
They need to be focused on their own people because it's gonna get worse before it get better.
Yes. And what they're saying is, even with unemployment insurance, which struggle with claim delays amid unprecedented demand and other benefits, this impact could have ramifications for years. And while the pandemic has had devastating impacts for people of all ages, research published in October found that older workers have experienced higher unemployment than those in mid-career years, and that workers 55 and older have lost their jobs more quickly and returned to work more slowly. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just sad. As of March 28th, over 546,000 people in the U.S. have died from contracting COVID-19. So, it's sad. I'm getting the stimmy.
It is.
But how long are they going to dole out the stimmy? Okay, they've extended it through September. Now they're talking about a thing for families through the end of the year. Jobs, they say, aren't going to pick up till 2022.
If then. Because you got all these other variants that they keep discovering.
Yes.
And saying, how they are more contagious and all of that.
Right.
But they haven't said yet what the longevity is for the vaccine.
And and with the strains, as you just said yourself, with the different strains, and you keep telling us that it works on that strain.
Yeah,
and you ain't figured out the first strain.
You're still figuring it out.
France and them over there on a second shutdown and some more.
They're getting ready to start testing 6-month-olds for the vaccine. And then there's a certain one of the 4 that they can't even give to children under like 18 or 16 or something like that. And it's like, it's just too many variables with this stuff for me.
It's just too much,
and you're still trying to figure it out as you're putting all this poison in people's systems.
And every day they telling you something different.
Yeah.
And you people running to take the vaccine. That's fine. Some folk don't want to, and they have their reasons for it. America, land of the free, right? I don't want to take the vaccine. I'll watch you take it. Because every day is something else. It's something wrong with AstraZeneca. It's something wrong with the Johnson & Johnson. Telling you that you couldn't mix them. Now you can mix them. Now you can get one shot one day, or one day you come in with the other and get 2 shots at the same time. It's too much.
Yeah, it's way
You don't know. I'm not your damn guinea pig, fam. I'm just not. Okay?
Yeah, it's way too much.
It's too much. Every time you come on about this vaccine, it's something different. And you see how tired and washed out Fauci be looking. He done had to switch ships.
Yeah, Dr. Fauci says Trump is gone, and now that he's with Biden, and now he's back, being able to be himself again. Now he's kind of
Fauci tired as hell. Jack.
Yeah, he's tired. He this has been because at first not only was he battling trying to come up with something
his
for
job, and deal
he
with
was
Trump's
he was dealing with
ass.
Trump and all all the little unforeseen stuff, but. Thank goodness he's being compensated for a lot of that now. But the thing about it is with Dr. Fauci, I still trust him more than anybody else. However, not as much as I did before, only because I know he's involved with, I think it's the Pfizer, the Moderna one. His people are the ones that helped to develop that. So he have a vested interest in this vaccine. For sure. So
Fauci got me. Fauci got me, Jackie. When when he switched over to the Biden campaign, I was excited for him.
Right.
Then I start seeing the fatigue and the wear in Fauci's face.
Right.
Then Fauci, in his fatigue, because in the words of the great Jimmy Johnson, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, championship years, fatigue makes cowards of all men. Okay. Fauci fatigued. Fauci slipped and said, we don't know the long-term effects of the vaccine, but that don't matter. Just take it anyway. And I sat up in bed. I was laying in bed watching it. And I sat up like Fauci said, what? You don't know, but take it anyway. Come on, man.
Well, we all know that they don't know the long-term effects.
Come on now.
There has not been a long term. It's only been here for a year. So we all know that. That's not even a secret.
Even a deal. When we come back on the hottest thing on your urban internet radio dial, the JMac Locker Room Report. Also, the Jackie O Entertainment Report. Everybody got reports around here.
That's
it's Rubber Buggy Baby Boomer Radio. Do you have dementia? Does this fools be your president have dementia? Also, Black Ebonics. We're going to delve into that just a little bit. You understand? Because Jackie be tripping. All right? We'll explain.
No, you be
that.
tripping.
Also, mukbang. Jackie's going to start her a mukbang channel, and you'll get to see her slopping down all that good dressing and whatnot that she made for Sunday dinner. Banging this thing in the game. Happy Easter coming up for those of you who are into that sort of thing. Shaka 401 in the main event with Jackie O on PushGapRadios.com.
Gobble, gobble. Dallas, baby. As much as they pay them, I sure would be chowing
This nigga
down.
say gobble, gobble.
I sure
nigga.
did. 2.6 million? Yeah. I'll be mukbang.
PushGapRadio.com. Don't knock the hustle, baby.
PushGapRadio.com. We want to be your official Dallas internet station.
PushGapRadio.com. We finna take over this town like street sweepers.
That's gangsta.
You just shot to number 1 on your internet radio dial. Shaka Ford 1 in the main event only on PushGapRadio.com.
I'm looking for Jackie. Jackie O.
From Duncanville to Richardson and back to Funky Town. From Lancaster to Cedar Hill and even Agtown.
What's going on? This your girl Mozart, chilling here with my girl Jackie O.
Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth, it's Push Gap Radio.
And now, with your PushGapRadio.com entertainment report.
Oak Cliff, Highland Hills, Pleasant Grove, Keystone Pope. That's a couple hoods that be reppin' for the 214.
Jackie. Hi, Jackie. How are you?
What up, y'all? This is Jackie. Oak Cliff in South Dallas, west of Pleasant Grove.
Rep your city. Tell them how you really feel.
Shaka Ford 1 in the main event with me, the Queen Bee, Jackie O.
Only on PushGapRadio.com. It's the hottest combination in the urban internet game. Dallas, baby.
Macy Gray is so funny. She said that she took the role in Training Day 20 years ago.
Yes, sir.
After she found out that Denzel was starring in the movie. Because she said first, when Antoine Fuqua asked her about it, she was kind of hesitant.
Fuqua or Fuqua?
Fuqua. It all depends. Tomato, which it all depends, like Lancaster.
Yeah.
But she said that he was her only inspiration for even doing that movie because her whole goal was to get a picture with her and Denzel for her mom. Then she said when she got to the set, she realized, oh my God, I don't even know what to do. So she said that she went to Denzel's trailer and she asked him to give her some pointers.
Right.
And he told her, just do yourself as your character, which is basically...
playing herself with the deal. Yeah.
Pretty much. So that's what she did. But that, it's like, she said, so other than that, she would have never even thought about doing that. Because she said acting was not on her radar and she was not interested in acting at all. Mm-hmm. So that just goes to show what great lengths people would go to for Denzel.
Oh yeah, Denzel's the man.
Yes, Denzel. It was, and before Denzel, it was Billy D. Williams. So between Billy D. Williams and Denzel, those two guys,
boy.
Yeah, they command.
Billy D was the man back in the Gap, baby.
Mm-hmm. Ja Rule is still making money on the Fire Festival. Remember that's crook. That fiasco a few years ago.
How you forget?
It took all those people money and stuff, and some people are still locked up behind that mess.
Yeah.
He got out of it, luckily for him, but he's steady making money off of it, from what they say. He has this oil painting that
and the white boy
that was done. The white guy. He's one of the ones that got some time. Yeah. He's locked up.
Oh yeah, I know they caught up to him.
Yeah, he was the one that started that kicked the whole thing off. But so yeah, he's definitely doing his time. He's doing his time and Ja Rule's time. But Ja Rule
quit being a crook.
And it's weird of how this works. It's not even a physical. He's not even giving them the physical artwork.
Right.
He auctioned it off for $120,000. But they don't get the original. Apparently this is not like cryptocurrency, but it's sort of kind of that in that world. Because
we had looked into that other currency, the Dre Dog or something.
But apparently, and I'm getting the actual name of it, to the terminology for it. Yeah. But actually, they're saying that a lot of people are actually getting rich by selling their stuff this way. And what it is, he sold it for $122,000, and it's called as an NFT.
Right.
And it was originally listed at $600,000. But what NFT means is that's a non-fungible token. And that's one of the hottest trends in the digital space. NBA Top Shot is one of the biggest NFT platforms, they say, which are selling digital NBA moments that resell for six figures in some cases. So they say if you're confused, think of NBA trading cards from your childhood, but on your phone as a digital token instead of a physical card.
Nah, I need physical. What if something happens to your stuff, man? No, I need physical. I need mine in my hand.
But the buyer gets a unique digital code linked to the artwork or the image. Some people are instantly getting rich, they're saying, selling their fast prints as NFTs that perhaps didn't do well in the physical forms. So apparently this is something that, again, the younger generation that is more
they in all of that.
They know, because I've never even heard of this stuff. But apparently it's something that's worth looking into. If you're into that type of thing, as far as investments and stuff.
Well, yeah, because again, we had looked at a couple of them a month or so back, and you got to do that mining and whatnot for the Bitcoin.
Yeah, we looked into the cryptocurrency.
The guy from Tesla, was it?
Yeah, Elon Musk,
who had came up with the thing where it invested money.
He had invested, several $1 million. Yeah. And speaking of investing, Killer Mike has secured, a $40 million in funding for a digital banking platform.
Wow.
He has been speaking and talking for a few years now about trying to for blacks and Latinos to invest in banks and things. And
we had looked up one in Dallas a couple of years back.
And he founded the Greenwood platform with businessman Ryan Glover. And so they, again, just recently secured this $40 million, which is going to help them to get this established.
Right.
And he's one of the ones that actually walks the walk. He don't just, do a whole lot of talking and don't follow it up with some type of action. And they did
follow through.
Exactly. And they chose Greenwood on purpose to kind of in homage to Black Wall Street from back in the day. So, and this is the second one, is because remember last week I also talked about someone else that was making strides. So a lot of these celebrities are actually putting their money where their mouth is, and they're making moves. So
that's what you better do, because the gravy train don't ride forever.
No, it don't. Kudos
don't ride forever, fam.
Those gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Jessica Brown, in a way, I guess she's a celebrity now. That's the Gorilla Glue girl.
They said she got 5 kids.
She have
Gorilla
5
Glue
kids, and she's pregnant with her 6th.
Oh,
child.
is she now?
Yes, that's
now.
what
Did this happen before or after the glue?
This was after the glue. And this was also after her health scare with her breasts. Right before she was to have
that
her
was
plastic surgery.
a cloud with a dark cloud.
That
with
was
a
in
silver
February.
lining. Yeah.
Yes, that was definitely a silver lining. And it even got better because it turned out not to be cancerous. It was just virus, just benign. So that's a good thing. But yeah, so she's apparently allegedly engaged, and her fiance are now expecting. Talking about she took 4 pregnancy tests. I guess you did.
What was she? What
this being number 6?
Where was he when the glue was applied?
Apparently, he was in the wings waiting.
Where was he when the glue thing went down?
He could grab that ponytail again.
No, he can't grab no pony. It's gonna be a minute for you to snatch her pony.
He apparently grabbed it. She pregnant. He did something.
Hey, you know how some women come when they come from the beauty shop. Whatever you do, nigga, don't touch my hair. Okay. You can do the Joe Louis, but the horizontal mambo, but don't touch my wig, nigga. That and water with black women, you know. Ain't gotta tell you nothing.
Not at all. Not at all. Beyonce. There is something, this has got to be an inside job. Her storage unit in Los Angeles was broken into recently, and they stole over $1 million worth of her dresses and purses and shoes and things like that. But she's the second celebrity in a few months that have had their storage units broken into. Miley Cyrus' storage unit was broken into not too long ago as well. So it's like, how out of all of these storage units, you just happen to know
people be watching. Look at who's that Lady Gaga and the dogs a couple of weeks ago when they shot the dog walk. Somebody always watching when you got money. It's always wolves out here in the street watching you, looking for the come up, waiting on you to slip. You can think, well, ain't nobody. Yeah, you famous. You automatically assume you got loot.
Well, first of all, they don't put them under the stars' names. Like in Beyonce's case, her storage unit is, they actually came over a 2-week period. They broke into a total of 3 units. The other 2 units, or one of the units, belonged to her stylist, and it was a lot of her stylist's personal things.
And hit a lick.
And what they did is, they but it's like, where's the security? Where is the cameras and things? But now in Beyonce's case, her storage units were under her, whatever this company's name is. And it has, her name is nowhere there, but still, that's just crazy. Insider
information.
That have to be insider.
Slip somebody a few dollars.
It would have to be
somebody
insider.
Watching. You got to understand how the world operates. People laying dead for you to be slipping, okay? And that's all it takes. Either somebody on the inside who already know that you deal with these people, or somebody slip somebody some love, man.
Yeah, that was all insider, because those people aren't gonna work close to the storage units.
No, they ain't running to this.
No, they ain't going to know. Oh, let me go over here and get this. I need these shoes and I need this purse out of there. Let me go to run to the storage unit.
Oh, that's for the assistant.
Hello, and their assistants.
Yeah.
Sharon Osbourne have went ahead and gave her resignation, and she went ahead and she resigned and will not be returning to the talk.
Stay and have a spot of tea.
Yeah, but her stuff, her little skeletons were falling out more and more anyway.
And I used to like Sharon.
I liked her too.
Before your horn starts showing.
I liked her too. And then all of a sudden, all of this stuff that she had said about other former co-hosts started coming out. So it was just too much.
That woman been feeling like that, mine. And punk ass Piers Morgan, happy birthday to you, Piers, just brought it out of your mind. That's all it is. Hate of somebody else is a mental thing. That's why they keep saying they got mental health problems.
And then to say some of the things that she was saying and not even think that there was anything wrong with it, it's crazy. She was calling Julie Chen well, I'm not going
the Kung Flu.
I'm not going to even repeat
the China virus.
No, but it was
it's from China.
No, but it was equally as demeaning with both her
I'm sure.
and also with Sarah Gilbert, because Sarah Gilbert is
she
a
was
lesbian.
a Trump supporter too.
And but she's a lesbian, so she was going below the belt.
I believe it.
But this has been Jackie O with your PushGapRadios.com entertainment report.
All it does is bring out the true you. Push Gap, Dallas.
Language is the primary means human beings use to share ideas with one another. And if you were to ask the average scholar, they might describe the origins of the English language as mostly German, with major influence from the various Latin languages. Whether we know it or not, we use English words rooted in German, French, or Spanish all the time. But what about the commonly used English words that came from Africa? The African influence on the English language is a topic often ignored in academic circles.
Every time he be going to the store, he be getting the same thing.
The indefinite, continual, or occasional tense is an African grammar device that is often applied to English. It is a tense that does not exist within traditional English grammar rules, but it does exist within the grammar rules of certain African languages, and its usage in English is practiced almost exclusively by descendants of enslaved Africans throughout the diaspora.
Nowadays, we hear quite a few people, they'll use the expressions, he be going to the store all the time. You have the subject with the verb to be. They oftentimes would incorporate those vocabulary words into their existing grammar structures.
Shawande be tripping. And you speak this language, and you were listening to me, you understand that I mean Shawande tripping right now. He was tripping the last time I saw him. It's a perennial situation with him, etc. So that's 3 different time tenses.
Every time he be going to the store, he be forgetting what I asked him for, so then he be calling me, asking me what I be wanting.
Another way African thinking is often applied to the English language is in the usage of opposites as emphasis.
Yo, you heard that new verse? By Pusha T? Crazy. Stupid. Yo, LeBron's skills are dumb. Dumb. Foolish.
We'll say, that's a bad coat, or you're a bad brother. And we don't mean that in the negative. We mean that very positively. And so we have taken that colorful use of language and we're still coding our language. But now it is not because we are shielding from an oppressor. It is because we have reappropriated a tactic, a strategy that was used 400 years ago.
Yo, she bad.
And goes a little something like that.
Shaka Ford won in the main event with me, the Queen D, Jackie up. Heard exclusively on Push Gap Radio. Giving you true scoops.
And it goes a little something like that.
PushGapRadio.com in Dallas and Fort Worth. Female rappers. In case you didn't know. Turn that down just a tad. Thank you very much. The genre is no longer the staunchly regulated boys club of the 80s and early 90s. What we have here is a top 10 list. Now, they had more. And you can give us your input as well. Of female rappers. So you have the list there. So read from number 10 to number 1.
Number 10 is Remy Ma.
Yes.
Number 9 is Rod Digger. I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
But, oh well. Number 8.
But, oh well.
Moving right along. Number 8, The Brat. Number 7 is Miss Foxy Brown.
Right.
Number 6 is another one that I don't know, Rhapsody.
I have no idea who the hell Rhapsody.
Yeah, never heard. I'm sure we probably have heard maybe of some of her music, I guess.
Probably, but
no,
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
I think she's more modern day.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's why we wouldn't know anything about her.
Okay.
Next up on the list, number 5 is Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
Number 4, we know Miss Nicki with my part of my little theme song over there.
Well, that's on the other songs.
But now number 4 throws me because I wouldn't categorize this person as a rap artist, but it's Lauryn Hill.
Exactly, and that's what I say when I sing.
And I'm like, rapper?
Lauryn Hill is more of a singer, fam.
Yeah.
And what did y'all get some white folks to do this list?
I know, because I'm thinking, I don't even know if I've heard Lauryn rap.
Me.
Interesting. But
well, maybe she did on a couple of tracks, but Lauryn Hill is known as a singer
in my book. But what do I know? Number 3 is one of the now. Even though I don't get into a lot of rap music, this one right here,
yes.
I liked almost all of her stuff. Is Missy Elliott, baby.
Yes, Missy.
Yes, I love me some Missy. Number 2, Lil' Kim. Even though she don't look like the Lil' Kim that we knew, she look like a whole totally different person.
Throw a hex on the whole family.
Yeah, that's
she
another
was
one of my.
With Diddy, baby.
When I tried to do my little rap,
yes, sir. I'll try to slip it in.
It was no, don't slip it in. Don't do that.
And the number 1 rapper.
And the number 1 is Queen Latifah.
Now at number 11, they had MC Lyte. At number 12, they had Salt and Pepper. Number 13, Lady of Rage. Number 14, Left Eye. I don't know how Left Eye made it to 14. And number 15, it was Eve. So, what do you think? I think some white folks had something to do with that.
Yeah, because Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are the 2 top ones right now, and they down there.
Yeah. We talking 80s and 90s, fam.
17 and 19.
80s and 90s. Why is mukbang so huge?
It is.
Now, in case you don't know what mukbang is people that are eating on YouTube and whatnot. Now, these videos of people eating are part of a trend dubbed mukbang, in which people eat large quantities of food for an online audience. Mukbang is a mashup of 2 Korean words, mukja, or eating, and bang song, meaning broadcasting. It originated in South Korea, but it's gone on to attract the international eyeballs and win fans. There's an element of virtual gratification in seeing someone else enjoy food, said Makana Chok, a media psychology expert at Syracuse University. He said, we as humans, we like to watch other people do things. There's something in it for the mukbang stars too. Money. In the U.S., eaters hope to gain an audience and earn a portion of the ad revenue generated by views on YouTube. Some get donations and whatnot. One mukbanger over there in South Korea makes $9,400 a month. Mukbangers may not be concerned enough to retire from YouTube, but ingesting obscene amounts of junk food once a week is not a great idea and could greatly affect your blood sugar levels and obesity and things of that nature.
Well, just to let you in on a little secret.
Yes.
The highest paid mukbanger on YouTube right now makes $2.37 million per month.
Wow. Mukbang.
Yes, and that's to watch somebody eat, which is unhealthy.
Tell them about your girl, because that's how you got me turned onto it.
I got into it because I ran up on this lady who online she's known as B Love, as in B Baker, as in love, and she was eating. She had all of this huge seafood in front of her, and I don't even like seafood, but the way that she was eating it, it was like she was making it look.
And I ain't trying to watch that, mine.
Yes, but it's a huge phenomenon.
It is.
I mean, some doctors prescribe for people to actually look at some of these things because for a lot of people, they're therapeutic.
Yes.
And it's all kind of focused.
It takes some getting used to, though. It kind of grosses you out a little bit in the beginning. You know, her sitting there smacking crab legs and shrimps and whatnot.
She gets huge seafood.
Huge numbers, man. She did the turkey leg hut.
She paid like $500 for one crab.
And how many of them? How many did they go and buy at the turkey leg hut?
Oh, at the turkey leg hut, her and her husband, they bought one of every kind.
You know how much that cost? Because them legs run about $20-some per.
But as of September 2020, she was making $2.6 million from I'm doing this. So yeah,
her
she
and her
could.
little son.
She could
D-Love. What's her son name?
Darius, the youngest
be killing
one.
me, man.
Yeah.
Little gay self.
Her husband
cool
and
in
both
the game.
sons they all have their own YouTube channels. They all get into mukbanging now.
Would you be able to do the mukbang thing? I notice as I get older, I'm eating less, so I guess that's for young people.
For
$2.6
$2.6 million.
July 4th, Nathan's Hot Dog Tournament up there in New York. You know, and then they used to have a Man versus Food on the Food Network, where the guy Adam used to go in here and eat all this stuff. That stuff affects your body, man.
But the thing is
Competition.
they have all of that food in front of them, but they don't necessarily eat it all. They just
not them, but competition people have.
Well, yeah, competition people, but I'm talking about the mukbangers.
Oh, okay.
With the mukbangers, they don't necessarily always eat all of the food that's in front of them.
Okay.
Even though they have, huge.
But mukbang has turned out to be a pretty huge deal, mind. It's amazing.
She have had all kind of celebrities that even have gone and sit in and did it with her.
Right.
I've made her Smackalicious sauce because whenever I do the seafood boils, her recipe is the one that I use.
Oh, okay. Thank you for hanging out. Shaka 4-1 in the main event with Jackie O. Jackie O.
Y'all listen to us every Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Central Time at KYBNradio.com or
KYBN Radio 98.1 in Mountain View, California. Catch us on Monday nights on the internet. But you got to kind of live in Mountain View, California to hear us on the FM channel of 98.1.
You can also catch us on demand at PushGapRadios with an S.com.
That right.
And also go to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Join us, like us at PushGap Radios 1.
PushGap Radios 1, baby. That's where we hanging. Thank you yet again for making a part of your world, a part of our world, as always. Follow us on Facebook. And remember this, the people who follow us aren't followers. Never average, never mediocre. Online, on point, and on the money. It's the bangingest thing out of Hamilton Park. Shaka 4-1 in the main event with Jackie O on PushGapRadios.com. Pray until something happens. God always provides. At PushGapRadios.com, the power is in the name.
Dallas, baby.
Black Ebonics. We didn't get to that. I'll make sure I'll cover it in the next show. But I'll put this liner in at the end that shows you how just prolific black people are with everything. Because
you be tripping.
Jackie
I knew you was going to say that.
Which means
you be tripping.
Jackie done tripped in the past. Jackie ass tripping now. And Jackie ass will be tripping.
They know which one of us trips.
Banging this thing in the game.
They know.
Don't keep us a secret. You understand? PushGapRadios.com, baby. On it.
Dallas, baby.
Yeah.
And we're out.
And we're out. But we're just very creative with the English language, man. I just thought that was funny to me. So I'm going to stick this in here.
I speak proper English.
Oh, you speaks the King's English or you talks like white folks.
Speak for yourself.
Yes, sir.
White folks, I speak like
Rubber Buggy Baby
all day,
Boomer Radio, baby. Rubber Buggy Baby Boomer Radio. We're PushGapRadios.com. Now we're out. PushGapRadios.com.
We've been out for a minute now. Dallas, baby. Now we're out.
Now we're out. Dallas.
Pray until something happens. God always provides. At PushGapRadio.com, the power is in the name.
PushGapRadio.com. Extraordinary urban entertainment.
I wish we were still pushing the hip hop from back in the Gap, man.
PushGapRadio.com. We finna take over this town like street sweepers.
That's gangsta.